nerds, you apparently want to talk about gaming and tech, which I do too. That's why you're here, right? That's this episode. So what this is it is the gaming and tech section, which was taken from the much longer episode known as the Week in Nerddom from the main channel at Generally Nerdy, or you can go check it out over on Rumble as well. But since you're here, let's, without any further ado, get into the gaming and tech news. Gaming and tech, follow-up, correction. We've got Apex Legends. We've got some AI stuff to talk about in this section. ChatGPT just pissed off Google. We're gonna get there. First up, though, we have follow-ups to talk about. Overwatch 2. I talked about Season 3 in the previous episode. Literally the day after I uploaded, they released the official date. It's February 7th. So today, as I'm filming this, and yesterday, as you're probably hopefully watching this, so yeah, Season 3 is up right now. Go play. It's good times. Next, we are into trailers. We did get a new trailer this week, and with this trailer comes a piece of news that is very interesting about the game that's a trailer for. Apex Legends gave us the trailer for Season 16, and this marks a couple of milestones for Apex Legends. First up, Season 16. Obviously. Second is that this season will not see the release of a new legend. Instead, third, they're going to be reworking the class system for your legends. So, previously, we had a class system or character divisions, I guess. Offensive, defensive, recon, and support. That's what existed before today. Going forward in Season 16 and beyond, they're changing that to assault, skirmisher, recon, controller, and report. So it's 5 instead of 4. Every legend is going to be reworked to some degree to fit into these. Some of them already fit very well. Some of them are getting buffs in certain areas. Also, as a part of this reworking of your legends, each of these classes is going to have a class ability as well. So not just the individual ability for the legend, but a ability based on the class in which they fall into. Redundant much? So yeah, pretty huge. Definitely interested to see how this affects gameplay moving forward. It's been a minute since I played Apex Legends, so we'll probably get into some of that on this week's stream after the news on Friday. So that's what we got for trailers. Let's talk about some regular ass news, and this is the big one. So ChatGPT is blowing up, right? So we have Google calling a code red behind the scenes, according to industry insiders, whatever the hell that means. Really what that means is that they're ramping up their AI plans moving forward. So we heard previously about LaMDA. That's the basis for the AI that the Google worker thought was sentient, and then it was all over the news. So LaMDA is actually feeding into, much like GPT-3 is the basis for ChatGPT, LaMDA is feeding into Bard. That is the conversational text-based AI that Google is putting out. So Bard is actually one of 2 future text-based AI large language model situations that Google is getting their hands into. Google is also spending a few $1 million on the upstart AI company Anthropic AI, and their text large language model is going to be called Claude. Anthropic AI is actually rather noteworthy in this space because they are largely made up of developers from OpenAI who created ChatGPT. So we're getting a little nuts in here. And the reason that this is even as big as it is because Microsoft has just dropped a boatload. Because I take amazing notes, I did not put the exact amount of money that Microsoft just invested into OpenAI, but it was rather large. So for the foreseeable future, Microsoft is going to be a 75% shareholder in OpenAI until they recoup their investment. Once they have recouped their investment, they're going to be reduced down to a 49% investor into OpenAI, which, I mean, all right, so let's get into this for just a second. So Microsoft, notorious for not being an upstanding member of the business community. Let's just put it as diplomatically as possible. So they're going to integrate ChatGPT into Bing, which is very potentially going to make Bing a legitimate competitor with Google. Finally, when they see the uptick like they're expecting, if I guess I should say, if they see the uptick in traffic and ad revenue and so on and so forth that they are expecting, there is no doubt in my mind that they are going to try and find a way to absorb OpenAI into the umbrella, I guess you could call it, that is Microsoft and all of its subsidiary companies. I will not be surprised if in a year's time we are not talking about Microsoft doing some shady business deals and finding a loophole in the contract that they signed with OpenAI so that they can maintain their 75% and then they just start to push out the corporate types at OpenAI. This is very interesting. If this works, I mean, obviously there is still the dependency on the actual product being usable. If this works, it's going to be a very interesting couple of years. At the rate we're going, it's not even going to be a couple of years. It's going to be a few months before this becomes kind of scary, not going to lie. So yeah, that is what we got for regular old news. That leaves nothing else but gaming and tech suggestions. We're going for a gaming suggestion today, and that is Bioshock Collection, available for the Xbox One. It's a lot of fun. Honestly, I've played through all 3 Bioshock games a few times at this point, but I've never played through the DLC, and all of the DLC is available in the Bioshock Collection. So if you haven't played it, if it's been a while since you played it, or you just want to see the updated graphics, kind of give a real quick run through. Honestly, one of the funnest FPS. Well, 1 anyway. 2, meh. 3, eh. But the DLC for 3 is actually a lot of fun because you're back in Rapture and harder than I remember that game being. So definitely check it out if it's been a minute. Once again, nerds, that was a short section that comes from a longer video on the main channel, Generally Nerdy, YouTube or Rumble. Take your pick. I'm on both. You can go find it there. You can go find all of the other news there as well, including the live episode. We do a live episode roughly once a week, every Friday evening. You can join the conversation live, or you can just leave comments here on this one or any of the other ones you find on the Clips channel. Thank you very much, nerds. We've got other news to discuss in other videos, but while we're getting out of here, don't forget that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.